Hello guys, today we are going to talk about advance decision to refuse treatment. I'm going to tell you what it is and when it's being put in place. It is a legally binding document that a person or patient put in place to decline certain treatment in the future. For instance, if you are diagnosed with a condition that is only going to get worse and worse over time, the doctor will sit down with the patient and the patient family and they will describe the disease process or the condition to the person. For instance, conditions like Parkinson's disease, other conditions, it will come to a point that the patient cannot eat for themselves, cannot walk, cannot do so many things for themselves. So the doctor will say there will come to a time you'll not be able to eat and we have to pass a tube through your stomach and be feeding you what we call gastrostomy or jet peg tube. Or maybe it's a condition that in the future you may need to be intubated and put on a machine, what we call intubation ventilation. So after this explanation, some people opt not to go through such process and they'll sign this document and it will be binding by law. Now, before a person can be considered competent to sign this document, they have to go through what we call mental capacity assessment, where the health professional will assess the person's mental functioning. And if the person is considered fit, then they'll sign this document. This mental capacity assessment is not intellectual thing, it's just to check whether your reasoning is still there. You still have, you are still intact in the head. What are some of the instances where this document can be invalid? Number one is if the person later change their mind and decided they no longer want to have this document in place, then it can be taken off. If not, it's valid for life. Another instances is where the person's lasting power of attorney can change their mind. Now who is a lasting power of attorney? Lasting power of attorney is someone that the patient or a person normally appoint to control certain aspects of their life in case they lose the ability to do so. For instance, if I appoint my brother, my sister, or my wife to have control over my health and well-being in case I later lose the capacity to do so, that person can in future say they want me to do the procedure which I said I didn't want to do. And the law will have to accept because I've nominated them whilst I was still having capacity. Another instance is where, let's assume I'm refusing a certain treatment, but later that treatment, they've improved on it and it's going to have significant impact on my health. Maybe the government can step in and declare that decision invalid and let them carry out that treatment on me. Thank you. If you learned something, please give it a like and share. Cheers.